Hello everyone, it's your boy Fred Jones, and today I decided to do something slightly different. You see, for quite some time I wanted to know what was the best weapon from every category. So I decided to find out myself. Today we will be testing one of the most popular categories, the Nikana. Before getting into the video, it's important to know how I determine the place for each Nikana. For this ranking, I used Revenant as a test Warframe, as I can go invincible and spend more time killing. Then, I tested multiple builds to see which one was the most optimal for all the Nikana, and I ended up with the one you see on screen right now. After which, I used all of them in 5-minute survival runs on Steel Path. Based on the average kill time during those runs, I came up with the results. One last thing, these rankings were made without taking into account other factors, such as stats, acquisition, or innate polarities. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get into the rankings. Coming in at number 5, to no one's surprise, we have the base Nikana variant, racking an average of 230 kills in 5 minutes plus Acolyte. To be honest, it did better than I had expected, but unfortunately it still takes the last place on this list. Not too far behind, we have the Dragon variant, with an average of 270 kills in 5 minutes plus Acolyte, which is quite an upgrade from the base variant and a very close contender for our third place. Speaking of third place, we have the Skajati, with a very marginal improvement of 280 average kills in 5 minutes plus Acolyte. I actually had a few issues with these two due to how close they were, but eventually Skajati secured the dub. An important detail about this is that I used the sacrificial mods instead of the regular ones, so feel free to change the Dragon Nikana and the Skajati on the list as you see fit. Now for number 2 on the list, we have the newest addition to the roster, the Siam. This Nikana scored an average of 310 kills in 5 minutes plus Acolyte. It is important to note though that the Siam requires different building from the traditional Nikana, which could significantly boost its DPS if done correctly. However, for the purpose of this video, we will be using the same build on all of them. And now for the first place, you guessed it, the Nikana Prime, with an outstanding 380 kills in 5 minutes plus Acolyte. Quite a difference between the other Nikana variants. Once again, I used only one of the sacrificial mods on this, that being Sacrificial Steel. I did run it again without True Steel or Sacrificial Steel equipped, and it still performed better than all the other Nikana. So there you have it, all the Nikana ranked from weakest to strongest. A very important note before closing the video will be that these rankings must be taken with a grain of salt. After all, a perfectly built Siam could potentially surpass the damage of the Nikana Prime, just like a god roll on the Dragon Nikana could pass the Siam and so on. Since they are not the same weapon, this means they lack different things, so it is quite impossible to not have to switch one mod or two for each one of them. While using DPS alone as a measure for their power, we must also take into consideration tile sets, enemy spawns, Tenokai procs, and so on. This ranking was made to offer a general understanding of each weapon with the general build. Not to mention that none of these builds use arcanes for the sake of simplicity. So, with that in mind, feel free to use and build all of these Nikana to your own enjoyment, and let me know in the comments which category would you like me to cover next. Until next time, check out my other video to see the most unusual comfort pick. Have a great day.